the stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts! They're nuts! They know nothing!
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania, presented by Kalshi. The no bullshit approach to all markets, including election betting, cryptocurrency, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. We are still back, baby. Big up to Kalshi for all the support. And Elon the dog is a good boy. Be sure to like and subscribe to this show. The election special is coming. You don't want to miss it. But today, we have on October 14th for you, the first story, Zuckerberg. Will he be richer than Elon Musk, shooting off all those rockets and stuff? Matt Glantz, who is going to have the biggest bankroll at the end of this year?
So Elon's net worth is around 240 billion right now, and Zuck's about 200 billion. So it's about a 20% difference. Most, if not all, of Zuckerberg's wealth is in Meta stock, former Facebook. Most, but not all of Elon's net worth is in Tesla stock. Tesla's down 11% year to date, with the market up a lot, and Meta is up 71% year to date. So it's not hard to think that Meta will be up 20% more over Tesla by the end of the year. We still got a couple months to go. Tesla just had their big cyber taxi event and didn't go well. Stock's down. So I can see this continuing. And if you look at the Kalshi market, Tony, if you could bring up back that Kalshi market, Zuckerberg to be richest man by end of this year is trading at 13 cents, which is like a 6.5 to 1 bet. But I really like that position. What do you think, Brett?
I mean, I like your position. I think that also it's somewhat of a beta on the election here. Like Elon's bet pretty big on Trump administration. Now, I don't know if, say, early November to the end of the year is enough time for that to potentially hurt his companies. But the Democrats, they really don't like Elon, right? They had the EV event and they didn't even invite Tesla. And then they thanked General Motors for leading the way in EVs, which is just ridiculous. So for Tesla stock, I don't think a Democratic administration is good, even though they should like the clean energy aspect of things or potential aspect of things. So I like this bet. I actually personally prefer the no on Elon. Just in case Bezos or Larry Ellison, I'd rather take slightly worse odds and mix some of these other guys in. But I like your side here.
I'm in favor of Zuck being possibly the richest man by the end of the year, and at 6.5 to 1 odds, I think it's a great price. So I think we're going to dive into that maybe after the show tonight or tomorrow. We'll talk to Tony Perusa and maybe we'll buy it. We'll buy this at 13 cents.
That's a good use of our bankroll, I would say.
We will be discussing our Kalshi bets. We're going to be discussing our Kalshi bets. We're going to click in wagers for you continuously during this show, just to show you that, we're going to put the money where their mouth is. When we make a pick of the day, we're going to pick of the day for us. Now, let's see if Michael Saylor could be the richest guy in the world based on what the Bitcoin price is doing today. This thing is absolutely candling big green dildos today, Brett Ritchie.
Yeah.
Why? Is this a Trump pump? Is it? What do you got here?
So it's funny because my topic was about this had been like the longest sort of break-even point in Bitcoin history coming into today. I had to redo it when I woke up this morning because I saw this candle. So we exited out of that sort of long-term flat range. That's a ridiculous candle. I mean, that looks like a meme coin chart, that kind of spike. So the reasoning, I don't know, to be honest. I think that in general, it does seem like people are buying Bitcoin thinking Trump is better and Kamala would be worse for Bitcoin and crypto. But China, they're printing money out there. It's like, it's just hard to know. There's a lot of macro things at play here, but when number goes up, crypto community tends to be pretty happy.
And I mean, you've seen the Bitcoin conference earlier this year. I got to watch that, not from the main room, but from the video room above it. You don't want to be in the line of fire there. But the Trump came out and said, I'm going to free Ross day one, and I'm going to protect the crypto industry. Whereas the current administration, you've been like firing Wells notices from the SEC. And I mean, it's just like, obviously, it seems like, you know, if it goes Democrat, that's going to be very negative for the price of Bitcoin. I wonder, you never know. And I'm glad that Brett said that, because you really never know. Whenever there's a price move up, down, whatever on Bitcoin, you never know why it really happens. It's worldwide supply outpaces demand and it goes down, or worldwide demand outpaces supply, it goes up. And that's just as simple as that. And
this market here is kind of interesting. It's even money about to go over 75K this year. And then obviously you get down to some more outlier positions. 11% to go over 100K. I don't know. Maybe, I guess I could see it ripping off. It probably would need a Trump win and some other good news. But 10-1, partly, you know, you hit the first leg with Trump. You just need, maybe you hit one more leg. You hit a 10-1 shot.
Let's go 100K. Let's go for 11%. Come on, baby. World Series will be lit when it hits that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, speaking of things marching, and this is honestly banana. This is crazy even for us. I mean, we're going to get a little crazy for you today. It's Solana emoji mania. You thought, Matt Glantz, that there were like, you know, dog coins were bad. What if the name is just a single emoji? And that's what you're buying this time. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Matt Glantz, I show you a list of market caps where there's a dog, there's a flag, there's an ox, the dick emoji, which I guess we have to call it an eggplant still. I mean, this can't, you can't love this, Matt Glantz. You can't love this.
These are just NFTs reincarnated. Is that right?
No, the ticker. Okay, these are meme coins. The ticker is an actual emoji. So instead of like money sign Meta, it's money sign Peach or money sign rocket emoji. So it's essentially the new financial paradigm where bubbles are impossible, as John McAfee would say.
So really what's happening, Glantz, is that it was like, you know, sort of greater fool theory, like meme coin time, where there's like thousands of meme coins and Moodang skyrockets, and so does Brett and Whiff and Doge, of course, the original a long time ago. And then now, instead of coming up with a name, like there was a token called, they made the ticker Bitcoin, and the name was like Sonic Obama 20, you know, it was something weird. There's a lot of
Harry Potter,
names,
Obama,
Harry Potter, Obama,
12,
something.
10, you know.
And so now, instead of that meta, it moves to just an emoji. So just the Chinese flag.
That meta may not be over, by the way. Shout out to my boys over at Tom Brady, Churchill 12, Inu as well. Super Bowl is the ticker there.
And you would have assumed that these are just basically top signal mania. You would assume it's top signal mania, is what you would assume when you see just.
You might assume incorrectly, man. You know, I would say this: the pumpkin kind of jack-o'-lantern emoji, it kind of looks, you know, it's 99K only. Seems cheap. Halloween, couple weeks around the corner. I lost a lot of money in NFTs trying to front run Halloween though, for a trade that never materialized. So I'm not sure if I want to run that playbook back.
New scams every day. That's great.
You may want to dig through the peach emoji just with on the heels of that Nick Vertucci scandal. I mean, I don't know, like if it's in play or not.
I also shout out to Lolana here. It was the first emoji ticker, and that's just a great emoji. The laugh crying guy is one of my favorite emojis. So shout out to Lolana.
We will see if it can take down, what is that? Just the dog? Of course it's going to be a dog.
There's
emoji.
2 dogs. Yeah. Or is that a cat? The number 2? I'm not sure.
Hard to beat a dog or a cat emoji. I mean, this is
third place is up for grabs at least, but
this is, and we're gonna.
I think
now this is a smooth transition here from the financial news of emoji Solana shitters over to actual companies. Tony, the producer, thank you for joining us. It's a big earnings week. Gotta love the earnings whispers, those graphics. Everyone's been staring at those for the last, decade or so. What is happening with actual companies that build value and have earnings?
Actual companies that build value, even the ones that build value aren't priced for value. PE ratios are absolutely through the roof on basically any company you pick. But my mouse is going everywhere. This week, we've got some big earnings reports. The one that I'm looking at in particular, though, is Bank of America that comes out tomorrow. The financials have been doing really good this week. The earnings for some of the other big banks came out last week. They were looking good. And based on that news, people started buying up Bank of America here last week. So they had a nice big pump. But I happened to hear a little birdie telling me that the banks themselves might not be doing as good as their earnings report suggests. This graph is I won't go too far into it, but this is the Federal Reserve financial backstop of the financial system. And every time you see one of these spikes on the bar, that means some banks somewhere, or many banks, needed a lot of liquidity injected into their system to keep from basically crashing overnight. So you see all these red bars towards the left side of this. This was right before COVID. The banks started failing. They started injecting liquidity like crazy. Then COVID hits. I'm not going to go to my conspiracy theory too much. I think those might be more related than people give it credit for. But anyway, banks start failing. COVID hits. The liquidity starts getting injected into the system, and as you can see, they tried to roll off these liquidity houses. They tried to pull the banks off of this heroin, but most recently, you can see this massive spike towards the end. The banks are starting to have more liquidity problems, and last time we saw this happen, all hell broke loose. I think we're probably a couple months away from something similar. So, with all this in the backdrop, I'm looking at Bank of America, their big spike. Their earnings, I think the earnings might not be as hot as everyone else's, and they've already been run up on the earnings, so now would be a good time to short them. I say Bank of America, short them tomorrow, buy the news, sell the event, and that's where I'm at with the banks, Bank of America, and I just think it's going to be fireworks here pretty soon.
Glance, thank you, Tony. We really appreciate that. We need the perspective from the silver-holding militiaman type of vibe, and now Matt Glance, you are an actual equities trader.
Yeah. So,
what do you think of earnings week and Bank of
America was up a lot with all the banks last week when JP Morgan earnings came out and they crushed. So the whole bank sector is up pretty big. I don't trade really the banks hardly, if ever, because as an options trader, volatility trader, they don't really move that much, and there's not much edge in the options. So I don't pay attention too much to it. But I am looking forward to earnings this week for Netflix after the close on Thursday. So that'll be a big day for the market, especially after the close. And I'm sure on Thursday we'll discuss that as one of our topics.
What are we doing? Where's the head at right now? You short and vol into Thursday? You long and vol into Thursday? Or what's the plan?
Right now I am short gamma, long vega. The volatility surface is really interesting right now. The skew is pretty high. But overall, near-term volatility is really, really thin. The one-day expected move is like 0.5% in the S&Ps, but the vol's pumped out for election, so it's really interesting dynamic. We don't see this very often.
All right, Brett Ritchie, what do you got on earnings season?
I'm just waiting on those Solana earnings.
It's a funny joke. Meme coins don't have earnings, as we all know.
Yet.
Well, I believe, I'm just looking over here, I got these safety glasses here. It looks like it's time for them to go on. I've charged my hat today because we take great care to make sure that this show pops off, as we said, and it's time for the Market Mania pick of the day.
Make the party rock, drop it like it's hot. Everybody stack them to the top.
Stack them to the top, indeed. Matt Glance, what is your pick of the day?
My pick of the day is Zuckerberg, as we talked about. Zuckerberg to be the richest man in the world by the end of this year, 2024, at 13 cents, 6.5 to 1. I love this bet.
We are going to have to make that clip live for you tomorrow just to make sure we are putting money where mouths are. And that's Brett Ritchie. What is your pick of the day?
I'm going to go with Doge. This is obviously a cycle heavily influenced by meme coins. This is the OG meme coin, the Bitcoin of memes. I actively avoid leverage because the meme and just the streets I'm in are already extremely volatile in crypto, but I don't think this is a bad spot for a directional trade on Doge because it's the granddaddy of them all, and it's still way below its all-time high. It has support from Elon, so I think that Doge is like a safe buy within the meme coin crypto ecosystem.
I have been making fun of this and Litecoin and everything else for the last decade, and I have been wrong. $16 billion market cap
HFSP, my friend.
In the Dogecoin. Tony, the producer, what is your pick of the day?
Well, I just mentioned it moments ago. I just say short Bank of America this week and then get out.
Fair enough. And for my pick of the day, we are going to drop some money in. We are going to, Tony, the producer, load up our Kalshi account. It is time to blast off. I believe Brett came up with this one, and it was...
It's up. It's there in the bottom right.
It was going to be Trump yes in Nevada, but we're going to do Kamala no. See if you can get on some Kamala no in Nevada. It looks like you're getting a small price here. So you are getting a little bit better than that coin flip odds. And then we have told you many times in this show, we looked you right in the eye and we said we are going to put our money where our mouths are. So here's our 10K Kalshi account, which we're going to try to run to 25K in the Kalshi 10 to 25K challenge. And we are going to just rip in a small amount of it right here for you on air. Tony's head was over it, but you can't. Oh, you're not going to score that.
You can see it. The purple under Kamala. We have 1,040 shares now.
All right, so we ripped in another 500. We're going to be buying. We're going to be selling. We're going to be swing trading, and we're going to show it all to you right here on Market Mania. We are going to do it.
That was just so easy, guys. I can't even tell you how easy that process was. I'm sorry, my head covered it. It's a large head, but the process was as easy as my head is big. So. Uh-oh.
Did we lose Micon? I think we lost Micon. So let's just wrap it up, okay? I'm going to throw out a rap quote since Micon usually does it, but now he's frozen. Similar to Tony, I wanted to say this when Tony was doing his Bank of America short. As Jay-Z said, sell crack, make a million, then stop. So get out of the Bank of America trade, short their asses, get out, enjoy the profit if it goes in your favor. And we'll see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. Till then, is lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard at the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury. Power of attorney where I would turn it. Can't lie like it's to be burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine to look the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind. Was afraid of the time. Strobe light flicking in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now. How about tonight?